Hey everybody, welcome to the Mahoney Matters interviews. I'm Chris Pugh, the editor of Mahoney Matters. We like to spotlight things around the Youngstown, Ohio area, and also talk to people of interest and places that people in Youngstown could go. And we found something intriguing here. Over in nearby Pittsburgh, you've got the Pittsburgh Botanic Garden, and there's a new exhibit coming there. It's actually here for the summer. David Rogers Big Bugs and Pollinators. They have a similar type of exhibit actually in the Columbus, Ohio area too. But wanted to let you know about what's happened in Pittsburgh to come check it out. And we are excited to have Beth Exton with the Pittsburgh Botanical Garden. How you doing, Beth?
I'm doing fantastic. It's a great summer, officially now season, and we're just having a great day here at the garden.
Yeah, definitely. And I was able to. My family was on a trip to Dawes over in Central Ohio, and we got to see the exhibit. David Rogers, a really interesting guy. He's got exhibits that go around the country, but I guess he has some in Central Ohio and Pittsburgh. Where did you guys first hear about this?
So, David Rogers is the artist. He's based out of Long Island, New York, and he started. He kind of grew up, and this was his passion, doing woodworking and especially using natural materials. So the sculptures he's created are made out of all native woods, and he started about 30 years ago making these large scale sculptures of. He calls them bugs, so ants, spiders, things like that. And he's found a niche in displaying them at different public gardens, because it just seems to be a natural fit with the bugs and the gardens and all the critters and the beneficialness of having those critters in your garden. So yeah, this summer, it's really unique, but he has part of his exhibit is at Dawes Arboretum. And then the one he has here at Pittsburgh Botanic Garden, we worked with him to make sure we showcased pollinators, because we just feel that that's a great story to tell, and the importance of pollinators in the world and what you can do in your own neighborhood or community to help support the pollinators.
Yeah, and they're very big. They're up 20 feet wide and 18 feet long. It's interesting. What's a reaction you've gotten from people? I know my kids are a little bit scared at first because they don't like bugs, seeing a big bug. What have you heard from your visitors yet to see the big bugs coming there?
You know what? We've had fantastic response, and everyone is loving them. The sculptures
Hmm.
themselves are just beautiful pieces of artwork. The wood is very polished and refined. You can definitely tell, like the dragonfly, which has a 15-foot wingspan. You get to see the details of his wings like up close, because normally, they're so small and it would be hard to look at them. But when you see them large scale like this, you see more details, and it really makes you more curious to see them in their life size then. So we've had great response. We've had some jokes too that people were, there's an 18-foot tall praying mantis out in our meadow. And, people like to do pictures like, but we tell them, it's for you to learn about these so that you're not scared of them, and to learn how they are good, beneficial neighbors to us, and they control other pests. They help create pollination. It's just a way to learn how good and how to um, appreciate what they do for our ecosystem.
Yeah, and I think it's a great way. Is you bring art to the walk, so at the garden you can walk around and see everything. And yeah, they're a little big, but it's really neat to see those out there. It just kind of adds another really neat element you can look at as you're taking that walk around the garden.
Absolutely. And you can actually walk under the daddy long leg. I mean, he's more than
Oh,
10
okay.
feet tall. So it's kind of cool to take a little walk underneath him. And you're out in the woodlands and you see him. And yeah, it just adds a real element of adventure to a visit to the garden.
Well, and one thing about the garden, I love taking pictures and videos, so it's always neat to be able to do that. Those are really good for pictures too.
Oh yeah. We're getting stopped more and more to like, hey, could you take a picture of us underneath here and things like that. So people are having fun with it.
Okay, and like you said, there are 10 sculptures around the
Mhm.
garden. This is throughout the summer, so every day through September 15th. So, when was the first day for this?
So we opened last Saturday, June 15th, and
Okay.
we had over 600 people come on opening day,
Wow.
which is great interest in it. And I have to tell you, Pittsburgh Botanic Garden is 65 acres.
Okay.
So while we have 10 of these sculptures, they are placed throughout those gardens and woodlands. So even with 600 people here, you don't feel crowded at all. You definitely have the space
Yeah.
to explore and to enjoy the sculptures. And it's great. We, in addition to seeing the sculptures, just about every day we're having family friendly activities go on. So there's making crafts, there's some of our educators on hand to answer questions and just teach you about the dragonflies and how to tell the difference between a dragonfly and a damselfly, because we have both sculptures. So it's really, you can just make it be a whole entire day of spending it here at Pittsburgh Botanic Garden.
Yeah, and the thing I like about too is the sculptures are spread out too.
Yeah.
So they're all throughout the 65 acres. It's not like you just go one area, see the
No.
sculptures, and move on. You get to see them all over the place.
Yeah, and it's really cool because like the pond area has what's appropriate for the pond area. You'll
Hmm.
find spiders in the woodlands. The bees are out like in the hillside pollinator garden. So, we had the opportunity to place them where it made sense, where you're actually going to see that animal in real life, not just the sculpture.
Yeah, definitely. So pick a nice day outside. Just a great chance to walk, see the sculptures, to see all the natural gardens and everything else. So really neat. We will have a link to you guys and where to buy tickets there. Anything else we should know about the exhibit?
Like we said, it's here till September 15th. I think just for you thinking about doing this as like a day trip out here, we have a welcome center that is air conditioned. So if this heat
Hmm.
doesn't go away, you can take a break there. And we have our Canopy Cafe there in the welcome center. So, there's a place for lunch while you're here enjoying the day. But we just really hope people come and visit, learn about the importance of pollinators in our lives, and just grow that appreciation for ways you can go home and just maybe plant something that a bee is going to enjoy, because that's just so important to the health of our planet.
Yeah, definitely. And again, lots of great things to do around the Mahoning Valley. But like I said, people like to take the day trips. Lots of fun places that people check out in the Cleveland and Pittsburgh areas. And the Pittsburgh Botanic Garden is definitely one of them. Beth, thank you so much for your time. Hang out for a minute afterwards. And thanks for checking us out in Mahoning Matters interviews.
Oh, my pleasure. Thank you, Chris.